Joining us this morning, first on CNBC, the president of the Eurasia Group, Bremmer, is with us. Welcome back. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I see the tape is already full of headlines about the president talking Greenland. Is this summit going to be about fresh progress, or is it the greatest hits?
I think that we're looking back at G7 that Macron organized pretty well a couple weeks ago in Evian, France. Not a lot of headlines, a little bit more coordination. I think that's what we're going to see here in the NATO summit as well. Sure, Trump's going to take a couple of shots at some of the specific European allies that he thinks did not perform for him in terms of the Iran war. But he's said some very nice things to Erdogan, who's hosting there in Ankara. He's buried the hatchet a little bit with Meloni already for Italy. He's clearly looking forward to a new UK leader, saying that this is why Starmer's out, is because he was so weak on Iran. Not the case, but nonetheless. I mean, look, the Europeans are spending more. The Ukrainians are actually doing a lot better. And Trump has shown that he's not as capable of disrupting the global order as perhaps he wanted to be, either in the Middle East or on Russia, Ukraine, or on China. So I think this NATO summit is going to be, sure, we'll cover it. There'll be a lot of headlines, but I don't think it's going to move very much.
I've seen some energy policy groups increase their odds of renewed escalation with Iran, given these attacks on commercial ships. Are you doing the same?
No, we're not. I think it's quite likely that there will be more hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah and Lebanon, and it's plausible that that could lead to more fighting between Israel and Iran itself. But look, the Americans are not pulling all of their military capabilities out of the region, and the Iranians are not stopping 100% all of their firing on tankers going through. And we saw that just a few hours ago with the Saudi tanker that took some hits. But that's leverage about how much money the Iranians are going to end up getting, how much influence they end up having over the strait when the 60 days are up. Nobody wants to restart the war. Least of all President Trump, who understands the economic implications of what an escalation would elicit. So, no, I think that following Trump's unilateral imposition of a ceasefire and understanding that the blockade was costing the Americans more than it was getting the Americans, we see this as a more stable environment. Doesn't mean we're going to have a nuclear breakthrough or agreement anytime soon, but I'd be very surprised in the next month or two if we had a significant outbreak of hostilities that made it look like the original war.